Coach, which team is this Wisconsin team? The team that beat Duke or the team that lost in Green Bay?
The team that beat Duke. When they played Duke, they played at the Kohl Center. When they played Green Bay, they played at Green Bay. So the team that beat Duke.
Tell me, what makes them so difficult in the Kohl Center? What is it about that environment?
Well, I think they're coached by a Hall of Fame coach. I think that what they do every single day is what makes them so good there. I think they're extremely well prepared. They never beat themselves. They never take shots that surprise anyone. They always execute what they're supposed to do on both ends of the floor. And I think that that's why they have success at the Kohl Center, but I also think that that's, since Bo Ryan's been there, he has the highest winning percentage in the Big Ten. So it saturates throughout all that they do. And I mean that with genuine respect.
When a team loses to a state rival like what they did last night, you kind of expect to go into a hornet's nest and kind of warn your guys about that a little bit?
We were going into a hornet's nest either way. Nothing, no disrespect at all to Todd at Green Bay. That's a great win for their program. But we were going to walk into a hornet's nest, whether they had played UW Green Bay or we had played UWM. It's Cowboys and Redskins on Thanksgiving Day on Saturday.
It doesn't mean any more than any other game, but just rivalry-wise, and any rivalry you've been in, how special is it for you?
I'm thankful to be a part of it. I know that it means a lot to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways, not just Marquette's perspective, but also Wisconsin's perspective. I think it's great for our state, as I said on Tuesday night after our game, in a lot of different ways. There's a myriad of ways. We don't have football, so in some ways you could say that it's more important to us because it's the only opportunity we have on a national stage such as that to compete against Wisconsin. So it means a lot of things to a lot of different people.
And you got a taste of it last year. How difficult is it to prepare for the swing offense because it's different? And you look at Maurice, I use the example of Lazar, where he's on some guy in the post, and at first you want to yell at him and say you're not supposed to be there. And wait a minute, no, that's the guy. That's his matchup.
Well, they're bigger than us at every position, and you are right. They're going to post every single guy on our team. That's part of what they do with the swing. But they're also doing a lot of other things at a very high rate of efficiency, not counting the swing this year offensively. Hughes is playing outstanding. Taylor has really helped their team. Rob Wilson comes off the bench, and he's really, really solid. And then I don't know how to properly pronounce his last name, but number 5 is a jack of all trades and does a really good job defensively, can guard anybody on the floor. I really like the complexion of their team, and I think the success that they've had thus far says a lot about that complexion.
How physical of a game is this going to be, and how important is it to kind of exert some of that physical nature early?
Well, I think that that's how they play. They're big, they're strong. They're going to play at their pace no matter what you do. They want to have a longer time of possession than their opponent, and they're going to execute. Like I said, they're not going to take any bad shots, but it's going to be physical on both ends of the floor, not just when they're on offense posting all 5 guys. They're physical on defense as well. So it'll be a good challenge for our guys, and they're excited about it. It's a long time that we play, but it'll be good for us.
You mentioned Trevon, that he's tremendous. What have you seen, I guess, in his game, or how has he developed? His shooting numbers are up, and it seems like he's really taking the reins.
Well, I think he's playing with more confidence. And I think the other thing, like I said initially, I think when you do the same thing every day, you just continually get better. And you may not see it over the course of a month, but you definitely see it over the course of a 4-year career. And I think what he's been able to do, obviously I wasn't here when he initially went to Wisconsin, but in what will be our 3rd year that I've been a part of the rivalry, I think he's continually gotten better, and I think the number of sentences on the scouting report per Wisconsin's opponent has continued to increase as well.
Coach, how does the rivalry change? You mentioned this is your 3rd time being a part of it, from being an assistant to being a head coach.
Well, I'd been here. I'd probably been here about 4 months when we played them the first time, and I really like rivalry games. I think that's what college basketball is about in a lot of different ways. But I didn't understand it. I'd never been to a high school game in the state of Wisconsin when we played at the University of Wisconsin, and I walked into the Kohl Center and it sold out, and we had whatever the percentage would be, 92% Wisconsin fan and 8% Golden Eagle fan. So I thought it was great, and I've watched our game a couple of times today. I thought that was a great atmosphere last year at the Bradley Center.
We talked a little bit about the rivalries that you experienced at your other stops. Can you compare kind of the ferociousness of this
I think it's really similar to Texas A&M. everybody's respectful of one another, but at the same time, you never want to give them an edge in anything. And that's what it was when we play home or on the road against the Longhorns, and I think that's what it is here.
Jaron is going into a unique situation, obviously, back home as a freshman. Do you have to talk to him at all before the game and, remind him to keep his head or whatever? He's a pretty level-headed kid anyway, but...
Most coaches may think that you should. I don't know. I don't mean this in the wrong way, but no, I won't. I think that he is mature for his age, above the typical maturity level of a guy his age. But I think he'll handle it fine. He may not, but whatever it is that I would say to him relative to that, I don't think that that's the right thing.
He's feeling okay now. Did you feel like he
Yeah.
moved around okay on Tuesday with the hip?
Yeah, I think he's. I don't know that he's necessarily 100%, but I think that he was definitely better Monday than he was on Sunday, and he was better Tuesday than he was Monday. We gave him the day off yesterday. Yesterday was our day off, and then we had anytime the day following a day off, we have early bird for about 30 minutes just to wake him up, make sure they get to class on time, and he was fine this morning.
Coach, why is it difficult for most opponents to get Wisconsin to play faster than they want to? You're talking about how they like to, establish their tempo.
Well, I think that's a long answer, but they're going to do what they're going to do, and you can do what you want to do, but it's not going to change what they do. And most teams maybe are a little bit easier to change the tempo on, but within how they play, their pace is going to stay their pace no matter what you do.
Is that the most difficult thing about them, is that they're poised and patient even when things start turning against them?
Well, I don't know if it's the most difficult thing. I think the most difficult thing is the guarding their players, because I think their players are why they're winning games. But I think that their players, combined with their distinct style of play, make it very difficult, because you're going to have to defend until late in the shot clock nearly every single possession unless they have a layup or a dunk.
Coach Ryan will be going for his 200th win in this game. Would you like to see it push one more?
Is that is 200 wins at Wisconsin?
At Wisconsin, correct.
Yeah. How many has he won overall?
What,
5 something.
50 something?
So he's won 70. He's won 77% of his games throughout his career. So I don't know what the line. What's the line, Todd? I know you looked it up. The media business is bad. I know. You looked at the line this morning when you got up. No, I mean, I have great respect for Coach Ryan. He's been great to me. When he was coaching Lazar this summer, I went up there for a couple of days. He's been great. He was great to me when we played last year, before the game, after the game. Talked to him several times this summer, not when they were over in Serbia. He's great. He'll end up being a Hall of Fame coach for sure, and he would probably finish with 799 or 800 wins. So I admire it, because I'll never get close to that.
Lazar was kidding that Rob the other night knew his game so well from the summer experience or whatever that he had an excellent scouting report on him, bumped him all the time. He expects Bo to do the same. You're going to try to throw a little wrinkle at him, anything you can do?
No, I think how he utilized Czar this summer was really good for Czar's development, for his growth, and I do agree with Czar. I mean, they know who he is as a player, more so than they would if in just one game per year. And Coach Jeter and Coach Ryan both know who he is. But I think that's a good thing.